Okay, good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Al. What's your full name?
My name is Trung.
Perfect. Can you show me your ID card?
Here you are.
Okay, looks great.
Thank
You
you.
ready to begin?
Yes.
Okay, so do you work or do you study?
I'm currently a third-year student. I am majoring international economics at Diplomatic Academy, Vietnam.
Okay, good. Why did you choose this field?
Um, I chose it by accident. Actually, I don't. When I was in high school, I didn't know I didn't know what I was good at, so I just picked the most popular major that everyone favored at that time, which were economics.
Okay, that sounds very interesting. Good. So let's go on. Are you interested in art?
Well, I think everyone likes art because art makes life more colorful and meaningful. And I think without it, life would be so boring. And yes, that's all.
That's interesting. All right. Do you often visit art galleries or exhibitions?
Well, I would say rarely. I've just been to museum a couple of times, uh, and there are some paintings and sculpture there, but I've never been to an actual art gallery.
All right. And what kinds of paintings do you usually like? What kind of art?
Well, I gotta say this is beyond my knowledge, but I think it will depend on personal taste. Some might prefer a colorful and detailed one, but while others might love the abstract minimalist one.
Good. That's quite right. Did you learn any type of art at school?
Yes, I did. When I was in general education, we Vietnamese student as me would learn the basic drawing and music from grade 1 to grade 9.
Good. And were you good at it?
Um, I'm not sure. My art teacher once said I have a gift for drawing, but I haven't practiced this for years, so I'm really not sure about it, if I am good or not.
All right. You're doing great. So let's move on to part two. I'm going to give you a card. You will have exactly 1 minute to prepare and then 2 minutes to speak. Go.
Okay, so I would love to tell you about my favorite painting, which is The Starry Night by Vincent van Gogh. What's the special thing about this picture that made me like it was the feeling it creates. It's not only peaceful but also intense, and whenever I look at it, I can feel the sense is actively moving and scrolling. I first saw the Stair Night in my art textbook when I was in secondary school. It was printed black and white. I found it pretty interesting, but nothing special. Uh, but then I would it got but then the moment it got me was later on when I found the digital image of it with the high quality online, and I was captured by its beauty, and I set it as my phone wallpaper for a long time. The painting shows the night sky full of shining and swirling stars and the moon. Below it, there is a quiet and tranquil village, which provide a great contrast to the energetic night above. The main colors of the picture are deep and dominant blue and bright yellows. The picture are the perfect blends of chaos and peace, and comparing this, and for me, it's not just a beautiful picture, but also an emotional experience, and it remains at my favorite piece of art. Yeah, and that's all.
Okay, great. Let's move on to some more questions about this topic. So, tell me, what is the difference between painting and drawing?
Well, that's a tough question. I guess painting is more about creating, is more about the color and creating mood, while drawing would focus on lines and shape, something like that. About the tune, um, I see that the painter would use something like brush or pigments for their paintings, while the artists will, while for drawing, they're mainly pencil or pens. Yeah.
Okay, very good. Do you think children should learn to draw or paint when they're young?
Yes, definitely. I guess because uh painting and drawing is a kind of uh personal expression. When they learn it, they would know how to express themselves and discover about their world or something like that. And you also have to improve their creativity. And especially in the digital world, is perfect drawing and painting would be a perfect option for them to escape from the smartphone or something to improve their patience and focus on things. Yes.
Okay. Do you think our daily life objects should be beautifully designed or is it not important?
For me, it would be important because we would like when we have the beautiful design things, it will be much more comfortable and it makes you adore it more and keep it for a long time, use it. And no matter what it is, if it's a nice and good looking, yeah, we would have a better feeling for it. I guess so.
Um, how does building style affect people's lives and does it affect it?
Uh, I guess it would. I remember. I guess it do affect the building design does affect the people's emotion. I remember seeing a document about that when it says that the like the bright and wide space would make you feel more relaxed and positive, while the dark or small tight tight space would like make you stretch or something like that. Yeah.
All right, yeah, thank you. You've answered all the questions. You did great.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so
Okay.
I thought you had to say that is the end of the speaking test.
Yeah, this is the end of the speaking test. You've done great. Have a good day.
Oh, thank you so much.
All right, you've done great overall. I'm gonna give you some feedback on what you can improve and what the problems were. So, first of all, let's talk about the accent. It's pretty clear, I understand what you say, but some of your words are pretty difficult to understand. You kind of blur them, especially as and sounds like personal tastes. It took me a moment to understand what you were saying. So, I guess you need to pay a little bit more attention to your articulation to make sure all your sounds are clearly pronounced. Then moving to your intonation, everything's good here. I think your intonation is pretty fine. Again, if it depends on how nervous you get during the test. If you're feeling okay, you can try to think about it to make it more expressive. Try to speak with more expression, but again, probably it's not a very good advice if you get very nervous and you start thinking about it, you might forget about other things.
Okay.
Connected speech. Your words are pretty separate. You know, when we're speaking, our speech is more like, it's more, I would call it fluent. It's more like a river. It's flowing together.
Yes.
Your words are a little bit coming in chunks. It's not a big deal, I think. Of course, it's better if your speech is more like without less bumpy, so to
Yes,
say.
okay.
But it's not a great deal. So I think in here you've done pretty well. Your score would be around 7.5. But let's move on to our fluency and coherence. So there is one problem. I guess you're quite nervous and you get nervous during tests. So you're looking for words. And it
Yes.
kind of ruins your fluency and coherence. You're looking for
Yes.
ideas, and sometimes it seems you're even looking for words. So I guess it might influence your vocabulary, your lexical resource score
Yeah.
might go down because it seems that you're struggling to find a word that you want to use. And coherence, again, you're pausing, you seem anxious, it influences your speech. So I think it's gonna lower your score a bit. Try to practice more to be less worried during the test. The more you practice, the less worried you become.
Okay.
And finally, grammar and lexical resource. So lexical resource, you're using quite a good variety of words, but again, as I've said before, it seems you're struggling to use words. You're looking for them. You seem to think like, what am I gonna say next? You've got several slips, like documentary, you didn't use it right. Sometimes you forgot S letters. Sometimes you are just using words that sound unnatural, like we are gonna adore daily things. You do not normally adore daily things. It just doesn't sound right.
Okay.
And grammar, you've used some good structures, like not only but also something. That's really good. You're using them. You've used several tenses. It would be better for you to use slightly more tenses. Like you can try to incorporate slightly more past tenses, more future tenses, maybe gerund forms, perfect or continuous forms. I might advise you to actually rehearse. You can create, so to say, a grammar path you should be following in part 2. Let's say you're going from present to present perfect to past simple, past perfect, and then you finish off with future tense. So that you see the clear path in your head and you just don't need to think about this. You know, like a play, it's going like act first, act two, act third.
Okay.
It's just easier, and probably you will be less worried because you know, like first I'm talking about the present scene, then past thing, and then I'm moving to the future. Usually it probably will even help your fluency because you know what you're gonna say and where you're moving.
Okay.
And finally, you got several repetitions. That's coming back to your lexical resource. Maybe because you couldn't remember the right words, you were using several words over and over again. Obviously, it's not very good. And I suggest practicing more, thinking about your vocabulary, topic vocabulary.
Yes.
The more you practice, the more relaxed you're going to be.
Okay.
Overall, I think your score is between 7 and 7.5, taking into account all these things.
All right.